Welcome back, Savages, to another video. In today's video we're going to try and diagnose and fix an issue with an outdoor sensor called the AirQuino. But previously I'd bought this sensor when there was a project around called PlanetWatch. To cut a long story short, PlanetWatch are no more and a project called Ambios took over. In a similar fashion to how PlanetWatch worked, Ambios allow users to bring in their indoor and outdoor sensors, and by providing your data from your sensors you'll get tokens in return. But recently I've been having a few problems with this sensor and my AirQuino, as you can see, says offline. So I've done the basics of troubleshooting by switching the sensor off for a minute or so and then putting it back on, and it'll kind of come online potentially, but then it goes offline after a couple of hours. So as you can see right here, it says last stream date 18 hours ago. So it seems to come and go, but it's not staying permanently online. On the whole, 98% of the time it's actually offline. So the next thing you would logically do is get in touch with the Ambios help desk team, which is what I did. And this is the response I got back. Essentially what they're saying in this email is they've changed the roaming profile associated with the SIM. They then ask you, the user, to unplug the sensor from the power source, wait at least a minute, plug the sensor back in, and then wait for a few hours to see if the data is getting sent back to the network. So I've received this email multiple times from Ambios help desk, and essentially they say the same thing over and over again, where they've changed it to a new roaming profile and can you please try it again. Outside of this email, I don't think there's any other suggestion that Ambios are going to make other than send it back to the manufacturer, which is TEA Group, and to see whether they can fix it. Now the problem with sending it to TEA Group is that it's abroad, so the postage costs are going to be horrendous. Then factor into the time that the sensor is going to be offline and lost rewards, and it's a lot of issues with actually waiting for the unit to be repaired and sent back from what I've read on the forums as well. So based on those concerns, and before we even consider sending the unit back, I'm just going to do a bit of troubleshooting myself. So let's start by having a look at the sensor and see what the status LEDs are looking like. So the sensor is off right now, we're just going to switch it on. So the red light is flashing slowly. We've now got a flashing green light. And now we've got a rapid red flashing light as well. So this is the final status this stays in and doesn't change. You'll get a solid green LED and a rapid flashing red LED. So based on the condition that we could see on the device, what we have here is a lookup table for the error codes. So let's start from the right hand side where it says green LED table, and for us after a short while the LED was definitely on, which means it's connected. So we don't have to worry about the green LED, that looks like it's working fine. If we now concentrate on the left side where it says red LED table, there's a number of conditions there that could possibly explain the issue. We can definitely discount the first one, LED off, because we know that our LED was flashing. It's definitely flashing more than once a second, so we can discount the ones that says 1 flash per second. So our issue appears to be 5 flashes per second. If we look at the bottom one first, which says 5 flashes per second, which suggests it's a GSM issue, it says that should come on after 10 minutes. Well, I was only there for about 30 seconds to about a minute. So I'm leaning more towards this issue right here, which suggests there's something wrong with the modem, SD card or internal memory. So based on this information and speaking to a member on the Discord called Aaron91, there's a good chance it could be possibly something to do with a micro SD card. Now in order to have a look at the SD card, you do have to open the unit. Now if you do proceed and open the unit, then it's going to void your warranty, so just be aware of that. I'm just doing this as an experiment for myself. I'm not giving anybody advice to go ahead and do this, but if you do proceed, it's at your own risk. So let's head back to the unit and take it apart. So on the unit you've got 6 screws to undo, 1, 2, 3 and 3 on the other side, but before you do that make sure the unit is completely powered off. Another good tip is to use a Sharpie like this to mark one of the screws with the lid, so when you put it back together you know it lines up correctly. So this is what the actual board looks like inside. This right here is your SIM card, and over here is the SD card. Hopefully it's just got a latch on it so we can take it out. So luckily for us, we don't have to take the board off or anything like that. There's a little flap here, you just move this metal section this way a little bit and this just pops up like this. So that's what it looks like when it's fully open. So we just need to pull that SD card out and pop that into a computer. So I'm back at the computer with the SD card inserted, and this is the structure. In the root, you've got an AGE file, and then you've got two folders, one called data file, one called log file. What I'm going to do, just as a precaution, is I'm going to make a copy of this and copy it elsewhere just in case things go wrong and we need to restore it. To give you an idea of file size, when you copy the whole structure over, it's around about 62 megabytes, so it's not much at all. Now, according to our friend Aaron from the Discord, what he suggests the fix was to leave the .age file as it is, but to delete both folders. So delete the data file folder and the log file folder. So the only thing you should have left on the SD card is that mod.age file. So there you go, I've just done that right now, and this is all that is left in the root of the micro SD card. So the next thing to do is pop this back into the unit. So before we put it back together, let's just switch it on and see what happens. So we've got a solid green light, and the red light is just flashing slowly. Now usually after about 30 seconds it goes rapid, but it hasn't done that this time. So we're back at the Ambient Explorer, and the good news is we've got green for online, so that's really good. So what I'm going to do next is go back to the unit and put it all back together, and then we'll come back here a couple of hours later and see if it's still showing online. So when the unit is working, that is what the LED status should be like. Green solid LED on the left and slowly red flashing LED, which is about 1 flash per second. So it's nearly 3 hours later, and the good news is that the AirQuino is working and still online. So it looks to me like the SD card fix has worked. I'm not really sure what caused the issue. Ambios have not actually provided a reason why this happens. Their support will simply just try changing the profiles to see whether that fixes it. But other than that, you'd have to probably send it back to TE Group to get it fixed. Thanks again, Aaron91, for the solution. If you have any other questions, please leave them in the comment section below. Otherwise, please subscribe, like and share. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you savages on the next one.